Alright, hey there gamers and space nerds. I guess that's the intro. We are going to finish the prologue today. I don't care what happens. Going to finish this today. So, we're stuck in this weird luxury mansion for 7 days, huh? What's that? 7 days anyways. Shouldn't be too hard not to kill anyone during that time, right? We made it this far. Art chuckled nervously, but the fact that such an indisputable requirement like that existed in the first place. One very simple rule. Kill a fellow student without getting caught. What kind of awful rule was that? Please don't joke about the matter. Don't lose your, don't lose your head so hasty. I noticed the announcement rules that state we necessarily needed to kill anyone to begin with. Perhaps Lily is the only onto something regarding the ARG angle. Besides, the risk isn't nearly pressing enough to encourage such drastic action. Despite the loophole Missy mentioned, the pressure of a killing game being presented loomed over us, crushing what sense of comfort we initially had. There's no use for us to be glaring at each other in silence. We ought to continue the mansion investigation. Missy shook off terrible feelings and went on way to search one more. Investigate. How could she ask such a thing after something so scary happened? Being able to stay composed at a time like this, Missy isn't easily shaken. With just nothing to say about Lele, who is excited. Nothing left to do, we departed from the auditorium. But the voice continued to haunt me as I left the room behind. Wah ha ha ha. That awful crackle rang in my ears, filling me with dread. Upon leaving the auditorium, the others dissolved into their own distinguishing thoughts. With the foyer door began bargaining any chance of exit, all we could do was wait. All we could do was wait for tomorrow, and tomorrow the real fun will begin. Also, how's my audio? Because I'm putting filters on the mic to make it try and sound more clean. So if you can tell me what the audio is like, that would be really great. This so-called game with odd emphasis on ultimate students. What a horrible possibility be in store for us. I felt like I was suffocated by the decorated walls and furniture. The decorated students and their achievements. What had I got myself into? I followed close to Ashley as we drifted away from the auditorium, dragging my feet through the hallways. Echo, are you okay? I don't know. Some announcement, huh? Yeah. Still reeling from being surrounded by students with super talents. Right. But honestly, I'm just really worried about you. Me? Yeah, the whole killing game seemed to be centered around the ultimate title stuff, so I hope you're not dragged into it. Echo, you don't need to worry about me. I'm a lot tougher than you think. Fallen off my horse more times than I can count, but I can get up and get back in that saddle. I can't help it. Might be a fluke of some kind or of a cruel joke, but what if it's not? Sorry, I know there's no use in making myself sick with worry. Don't fret about that, it makes sense. The strange situation would make anyone nervous, but look, I'm not going anywhere. If anything happens to me, I'm not going down without a fight. And you're my best friend. I don't think being friends with a little worrier is any trouble at all. Ashley tried to reassure me multiple times, but she wasn't going to get wrapped in this absurd killing game, but despite her stubbornness, my heart sank further into darkness. Knowing the game was thrust upon us in the first place was awful to bear. I didn't want Ashley to reassure me that she wasn't going to die. I wanted to hear that the killing game wasn't real at all. Ash, would you mind if I had some time alone? I'm still feeling overwhelmed. Oh, of course, I understand. In that case, I'll take some time to explore the mansion a little more. I'll always be around if you need anything. Take care, Echo. Ashley departed from the study and I went back to my personal room. was all too much. Threw myself onto the bed and let my body slowly sink into the comfort as I sank into my thoughts. I went over the event of the supposed vacation in my head. I woke up in an unknown room, with nothing in my possession, and in a panic threw the door open to find my best friend Ashley Westberg, the ultimate jockey. That's right. She's the ultimate jockey. Supposedly won 84% of her races, whatever that meant. Regardless, she neglected to tell me such a thing during our friendship. Ashley and I teamed up to experience what we discovered to be a mansion. After meeting a handful of students, we discovered 9 out of 10 of them in something called an ultimate talent. There's someone who doesn't have one. Who doesn't have an ultimate talent? Echo Pine. That's right. Within our group, I discovered I was the only one without some old talent. I wanted to speculate that perhaps I had no memory of such a thing. In all honesty, I wasn't even able to list any memories pairing to an ultimate talent. I was in a state of disarray. After being overwhelmed by the immersive talent everyone accomplished, I felt such an urge to escape. Ran to the foyer door was in the foyer. Electrocuted. That's right. Upon grabbing the door handle, a shock was sent through me, causing me to pass out. I lost consciousness and woke up later in the floater's room. After the shock, the rest of the students became concerned. Our group split up the next morning and searched the mansion for any signs of a trap. In the middle of the search, we were summoned to the second floor of the auditorium. There was some horrific news. Horrible news was, we're not real. That's right. Strange announcement informed us that we would be trapped here for 7 days, and the means of escape was to kill someone. Not to mention that the real fun would begin tomorrow. It's also strange, almost unreal. The problem being is that, what do I say? I don't know, I lost track of what I was gonna say. No, I wish it were unreal. Just want to go back to my home. I wanted to get back to the comfort. Oh yeah. Why 7 days? In the killing game, it's they're there forever until they can leave. There's no time limit. The only supposed time limit was in the second game, and that was with the clock. And even that was just there to throw everyone off. It meant nothing. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Before I knew it, I'd fallen to sleep, lost in my thoughts. Chapter 1. Where am I at? I'm only 8 minutes. I'd play a little bit of Chapter 1. Yeah, if I knew it was going to be this short, I would just throw it in the last episode. Clock on my bedside table read 12. Oh, I must have dozed off a little. Why can't this weird situation just be a dream already? Stared blankly around my personal room. I guess I could take a walk to get my mind off things. I made my way to the foyer and sighed again. The grand foyer was empty, making me feel small against its elaborate decor. I waddled around for a spell, thinking of what to do, when I heard a small conversation in the dining hall. Have a look. It was Bendora and Say. I pushed the doorway and it seemed in the middle of something. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, it's lovely. The engraving is just immaculate. My sister gave it to me ages ago. I'm wondering if you'd like it. Huh? Why me? Were you want to get something in return? Nothing of the sort. I was just thinking of a watchmaker. You must have a rich eye for detail. I believe you can get this piece needs. I don't know. If it's a gift from your sister, wouldn't you want to keep it? I'm afraid I can't put it in enough use I cherish before something else can appreciate more than I can while I'm keeping away from her. Oh, well, I'll try to take care of it. Thank you. Even after a passing situation made itself known. Seemed like like Pandora still wanted to get along with everyone, even in the most timid person, some way or another. I left them alone. I stepped back into the center of the foyer. I wonder how everyone is doing. Oh, there's a tracker. Free time. Forte. I can't hang with them. Missy. Ashley. Forte. Can I go up? Nope. Oh. Free time. Location unknown. And Kanata. Cyrus. Art. Uh. Okay. So while I feel like most games they're gonna have you talk to like the thing character first, they're not. So I'm gonna talk to my favorite that I can't. I wonder what Lele is up to. Oh no, never mind. I wanted the first, second, Lele, but I guess he's off solving the killing game puzzle. Better let him get to it. Well, let's go to Art. I wonder if Art's okay. Echo! Want to see how high I can climb? Safety first, though, of course. Watch Art struggle with the ropes and a harness before giving up on the idea of climbing altogether. So weird. What's on your mind? This game thing. The announcer said it was a game, but it's not a very fun premise. You know what I'm saying? Huge mansion or whatever, just for the 10 of us to play in a killing game. It seems, I don't know, expensive? What do you mean? This place is huge. I would have thought maybe more people would be involved by the looks of it. Not that I want a lot of people to play a killing game. You say a lot of people, but the ultimate student's really so common? Yes and no. I'm familiar with Ashley's name, only because I pay attention to the sport, but I know like zits about photography. I think you just have to be in the right circles. And to put it in perspective, there's 1 billion of people on the planet. It seems like a lot of ultimate students in this moment since we gathered up. That's true. Well, at least you don't have to worry about much about the ultimate talent stuff. It's tiring sometimes. Art felt so. Anyways, does it look like I can figure out climbing business? Catch you later. Art gave me a quick nod as dang. I can't hang out with them. Well, let's hang out with Ash. I wonder how Ash did. Hey Echo, I was just reading about the printer named Marcel Osterman. Apparently people think very highly of their work. Would you like to see? I learned about a restraining printer thanks to Ashley. So, how are you feeling? I'm feeling a bit better. I took a walk to clear my head a little. Glad to hear it. The last thing I thought would want is for you to get all worked up. Ash, I'm curious. How did you hear about the preservation project? I was just I heard about it from word of mouth. I have the ultimate talent leagues that were talking about the project, so I signed up with my friend, the ultimate race car driver. Wow, jockey and race car driver? It's a pretty high stake tag team. Well, you know how it goes. Birds flock together. But I can't help but wonder whether or not he made it in. I'm sure he did. Probably just in a different group. Maybe. It's just, last I spoke with him, we got in a huge fight. Ashley didn't seem... Sorry if I brought up something painful. No, it's okay. Fights happen when people are close. In fact, of a life, I suppose. We've had our fair share of spats, and usually work through them. Remember when I dropped your mug? I still have that mug. You worked pretty hard to put it together in that fashion, although it's a little too awkward to drink it. I knew it was your favorite, so I did my best. Thanks, Echo. I appreciate what you did. Don't worry about my silly fight. I'll get over it. Say goodbye and let her have some time alone. Do I have to spend time with everyone? I'm assuming this is the same, but let me try it. Let me see if Kanado is in a mood to talk. Looked up and down the halls, but couldn't find Kanado anywhere. Guess she's in her personal room. Kanada? There's no response on the other end. Either she was being difficult to find, or she didn't want to be bothered. Whatever the case, I moved on. I'll look for Cyrus. Hey, Echo. If you come to relax for a bit, small, feel free to join me. Sat with Cyrus in a relaxing moment. Cyrus, what do you know about the preservation project? Oh, it's about as much as any other student who signed up to protect ultimate students for their extreme natural distance. To preserve humanity's future, it's presumed that the goal, as the name implies. Huh? As much as I know, too. It would be unfortunate to lose people who benefit from the world, right? That makes sense. What? What do you think of all this? Scenario we found ourselves in, it feels very opposite of saving ultimate students. It's terrible, building excitement and hope safe, only to crush those feeling messed up in a game. Couldn't wrap my head around the idea. Okay, more than a reasonable observation, it's cruel, isn't it? But most of all, I still continued. Found myself here. In that case, what do you think of the others? Huh? What about them? Well, our associates all found their way here for some reason or another, isn't that right? No one would want to join a killing game voluntarily. That much is obvious, but say that the former is true, that they joined become part of humanity's future. Pandora seems keen on the idea that our talent can introduce worldly benefit and change. Do you think such a thing could happen? I suppose so, why not? Why not? How optimistic. Oh, yeah. Guess it might be a lot to lose hope from scenario where and then, no, it's good. It's good of you to maintain that spirit that anything's possible. The impossible is possible. You just have to make it so. Cyrus feels so much like looks and sounds Rantaro, personality of Kaito. Am I really gonna have to do everyone? Because that's gonna get so tiring so quick. I'll do Missy and then or what was his name? What was his name? I forgot his name. Forte. That was his name. I can't sit still knowing that there are questions to be answered. Would you like to join me in an investigation? I'll let Missy search every corner of the foyer. To no avail. Sigh. That was kind of a heavy sigh, are you okay? I'm not immune to pressure of the situation we found ourselves in, and I must confess something if you would allow me to think aloud for a moment. I intended to join the preservation project as a part of the operating group once I heard about it. Though my skills would be useful. Really, what are you thinking about? I'm convinced the group must have been infiltrated. The group is known for bringing in many talents from around the world. For starters, I know the preservation project Safe House was a large building with many wings for each group of ultimate students. The groups are divided by the window of the time students signed up. In our case, we all signed up within a relatively close time frame, creating our group of 10. The individuals of the group often a class project to work on together, using all unique skills in their pool. These projects apparently have varying results, given the fact that the group may or may not use of incompatible talents. Regardless, the end of products are usually very unique. Wow, that sounds interesting. Certainly. It would be amusing and challenging experience to participate, but alas, other students, huh? I'll let Missy continue the investigation. Peace. Wow, we really are doing everyone. Forte's probably in the theater. Yeah, 'cause that's like the one place we haven't checked yet. Also, of course he's in there. Welcome to the stage, Echo. I was just admiring the selection of props backstage. Would you like to try some? I accurately tried on some hats and masks for Forte. This is a killing game. Can't really be, excuse me, just thinking out loud. That's okay, I was wondering the same thing. I mean, the preservation project. What am I saying? They can't be related. Surely the group's been infiltrated. is pulling a horrible prank. I can't say I enjoy the perpetrator's flavor of humor. What is the Preservation Project? What is the Preservation Project, anyways? It's a group that provides safety housing for ultimate students, protecting them from even extreme natural disasters. And a reputation for taking small group of students at a time, since the news it was passed along solely by word of mouth. Once enough students signed up, a number of them were let in. In our case, it seems the message got to 10 of us. Word of mouth? Yes, as ultimate students often flock together in small communities with this area. Since it can't be outcast by the average person, I personally heard it was when acquired the ultimate radio host to help spread the message to the community. I can recall with clarity his voice bousted and engaged, not unlike the surround. Despite that, it was a modest range overall. He seemed to be considered effort not spread that far and wide, which is strange considering the variety range of students' talents around the world. Wouldn't you think the group would extend this to offer to more talents? Guess it does feel a little cool. Listen to me jawing away. Don't mind pathetic thoughts, just trying to make sense of all this. Forte quickly quieted down as he continued to inspect the costumes backstage. Ultimate communities. I thank Forte for spending time in the theater and then left. I think that's everyone. Learned a bit more about the Preservation Project and how others found to this place. Despite that, still left pondering my purpose here. Spending some time with my fellow classmates, I hurriedly walked back to my personal room. But upon entering, I realized I didn't have any personal effects with which to pass the time, so I stepped right out into the hall to see if anyone wanted to socialize. Incidentally, I came across Say and Kana on their way to the hall. Hey, Say, Kana, just about to go to the dining hall. Do you want to come? We just left the dining hall. Oh, I see. We stood in silence for half a minute. Well, I should go. Say shuffled off, leaving Kana to the empty air. She went right back out to the fire, to who knows where. Huh? Say's personal room is right here. Maybe she wants to spend time in one of the activity rooms? Maybe. Fail me. I'm just being cautious. I let out a deep breath. I didn't know what I was holding in. Okay. I'm gonna let you in on a little curse of mine. In every single Danganronpa game, including fan games I played, every single time I fall in love with the character in Chapter 2, and they die. Every single time. So if you hear me start saying I'm starting to like this character during Chapter 2, they're probably gonna die. Though it's Chapter 1, so these are just first impressions. I made my way to the dining hall, running into Ashley along the way. We greeted each other in our usual manner before sitting down with the other students who had already settled in for a meal. Echo, Ashley, feel free to join us. We were just starting. How have you been feeling since this morning? I'm feeling much better, thank you. Pleased to hear it. Missy sat at the end of the table, Art Cyrus across from each other. Ashley sat next to Cyrus. I seat next to Art across from Ashley. Man, what kind of class only has 5 students? One of the disqualified by a strange game, apparently. Yes, it's a little disheartening to see only half our group gathered here. Well, it's a very strict requiring that we have dinner together. It's also saying cannot passing. They must share already and went on their way. Say's a pretty shy girl, so I can understand. Perhaps you don't want to be around a large group of people. Kanata, she's awfully mysterious. Well, there's no use wandering around them. They can do whatever they please, so we shouldn't question their actions, even if they are suspicious. And for that matter, doesn't the killing game frighten any of you? I mean, there's no one capable of that sort of thing, right? Echo, I understand you might be afraid right now, but it won't do you any good to worry. Don't get yourself dragged thinking about... Yeah, Missy's right. Just some dumb announcement out of nowhere. So what's the threat? Precisely. Shouldn't make ourselves sick with anxiety from something that hasn't invoked any consequences. Plus, if this was a killing game, they wouldn't give us such nice... Why just throw the creepy looking Why not just throw us in a creepy-looking building? When the pressure into killing each other or to escape an unknown scary building? I wonder. Regardless, we shouldn't dwell on the specifics of something so mysterious and harmless. Let us enjoy each other's company while fixing the mansion to its fullest. Thank you for the encouraging words, Missy. Missy, won't you shook up? She's got the definition of keeping it cool. The atmosphere lightened up, continued dinner, lively chat. I was thankful to have such positive energy surrounding me. After dinner, we all departed to wrap the evening with our own activities. Ashley and I walked over to the living quarters for the rest of the evening. But before we went to respective rooms, Ashley pulled me over to the end of the living quarter hallway. Ash, what's up? Echo, I've been thinking, and I don't know how to say this. The killing game has. I'm sorry I went quiet for a sec. I just got PTSD from the first game. I know what's about to happen. An ultimate battle royale, just saying that is ridiculous. It has to be some kind of themed ARG or weirdly elaborate prank. I was kidding around, but Ashley remained with serious demeanor. Well, you're here, aren't you? How else would you explain your high school plaque on your personal door? Huh? Sure, it's just a little strange, but that could mean anything. It probably was just mistaken for a different student in my high school. You know what I think that means? It was Echo. Being involved me only results in ultimate levels of trouble. This game specifically created for ultimate student managed to gain a cool student. Oh, she's feeling guilty. Ash, what are you saying? I don't want you to worry about me. Yes, I can protect myself, but it's more than that. Remember that night, the night you dropped me off and we had dinner? Couldn't walk me to my house. I did, in fact, make it to the house in one piece, but when I looked on the street, I noticed something strange. I saw smoke. It was coming from the direction you dropped me off, so I assumed the worst. I wanted to run out and see what happened, but the only thing I remembered after that was sharp pain and then black. Right, I must have been targeted or something. Someone must have stubbed and captured me at the same time as you as well. Whoever did this, it seemed they covered all their bases, which meant if you saw anything that night, you had to be taken also. I trembled at thought. The promise was I didn't see a thing happen that night. Echo, I can protect myself, but I want to keep your distance, so whatever happens to me doesn't come to you. How could you say that? We're best friends. I can't abandon you at a time like this. I need you to let me alone. It's for your safety. Hurts to even think about it, but I don't want to take a relationship to me as a close friend. Couldn't believe what was happening. Ashley's face was printed with remorse. She only wanted to keep me safe, but in return it meant we needed to be apart. Ashley gave me one last hug before returning to her room for the night. Ashley. I hung my head in despair. Okay. Good. I was about to be like, alright, spoiler for the first game. First chapter. Your friend Sayaka offers to switch room because she gets scared, which is why when she said she was scared, I was like, oh crap. And in the morning, you go to your room to find out she died. Why did this have to happen? I clenched my fists in frustration. Damn it. I prowled the wall trying to process everything when I heard a gentle voice. I'm sorry for what just happened. I turned around to the few faces behind me. It was Pandora, her voice barely whispered. Pandora, you heard our conversation. I apologize. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I was by because I wanted to talk to you privately. Me? Yes, I was wondering, does this message mean anything to you? That. I don't know what that said, but that definitely said Kuma. Two symbols along with some text. You recognize the symbol that you do. Have finally found me and are safe. Please do not speak of this note's existence. Trust no one but yourself. Upon closer inspection, the symbols were similar to the ones the announcement showed. What does this mean? Do you recognize either of them? I can't say that I do. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was confused by the contents of the notes. I was hoping someone could help. In particular, I was wondering what the note meant by you are saying. Based on what showed in the note itself, two symbols can be. It seems there could be someone here who might be connected to whoever is controlling the announcement. Basically, there might be a spy. I thought the same thing, but I was patient or so. Where did you find this? It was in my apron pocket when I woke up. I didn't got there. I don't recall putting anything like this in my pocket. She tucked the note, put it back in her pocket. However, that wasn't what I really wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to say, I feel like you are a very special person. Can't explain it, but I feel a strong aura at you. Oh, thank you? She smiled and went on. Echo, you might not think being an ultimate student is some kind of extravagant existence, but you're forgetting there's beauty in the ordinary. Even if we do have ultimate talents, we're still regular people just like you. Waking up with bad heads, sometimes showing up late to our appointments, just a little more preoccupied with one particular thing than others most. Thank you, Pandora. Pandora managed to quell a bit worry in her heart. But it's a pity. What happened between you and Ashley? I don't know what to think anymore. One moment, Missy's telling me not to believe a word the announcement says, and another moment, Ash's cutting ties because she firmly believes the danger of the game. What am I supposed to do? I felt my throat begin to choke. Oh, Tris, Celestial, Echo. I don't think it's my place to say, however, this is a bump. Ashley will always be your friend no matter what. But it may be difficult to determine whether she or for us ahead, so we must keep our faith alive one moment at a time. The light started to dim as Pandora smiled at me one last time. It is now 9 p.m. Nighttime will begin at 10 p.m. Facilities will be closed until 7 a.m. the next morning. Even the darkest nights will end and the sun will rise. Oh dear, it looks like nighttime has come. Well then, bone night, Echo, and please don't tell anyone about the note. I don't want to cause any mess. I feel like this note is the key to many mysterious. I nodded. The note was off. I couldn't find it. Good night to you, Pandora. We both returned to our personal rooms to pass over the night. Returning to my room, I made myself comfortable and slipped into bed. Stared blankly at the dim ceiling, letting my mind wander aimlessly through the news I had learned today. But nothing really. Words, conversations, thought flew by. And thoughts flew, at least my heavy eyelids closed. The one thought prevailed was the others. What would be waiting for us tomorrow? Before I knew it, I'd fallen into a deep sleep. Day 3. I think I'm gonna end it here. We're in chapter 1. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know how to do an outro. But thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you enjoy my content, because I really want more people to be able to see my content and enjoy my content. So for now, peace, I guess.